the insane, scary knockouts of Muay Thai beast, Buakaw Banchamek. This is what happens when you get in the way of the world's most dangerous striker and think you're safe. 14 years of pure rage built up into one night of brutal revenge that left an entire arena speechless. In 207 fights, nobody had ever put Buakaw on the ground. But one Japanese fighter did the impossible and lived to regret it for the rest of his life. Anyone who's felt the fury of Buakaw Banchamek never remains the same. Today, we'll witness how he delivered the most savage revenge in combat sports history. Welcome to Punch Club, fellas. Here we go. The birth of a destroyer. May 8, 1982, in Thailand's forgotten northeast, a future destroyer was born into crushing poverty. Sambat Banchamek entered a world where hunger ruled every single day and survival meant everything. At 8 years old, while other kids played with toys and went to school, little Sambat was getting his bones crushed in Thailand's merciless training camps. Every kick earned food for his starving family. Every victory meant another day of survival for everyone he loved. By 15, he joined the legendary Poor Pramik Gym and earned his destiny name, Buakaw Banchamek, which means White Lotus. Beautiful destruction rising from the mud to paint the world red with anyone foolish enough to cross his path. The teenage terror collected championship belts faster than knockouts. First, the Amnoy Stadium titles, then the prestigious Toyota Marathon, demolishing Japanese Satoshi Kobayashi in the finals. He obliterated legends like John Wayne Parr, Masato, and Andy Shower to become the first fighter ever to win K1 Max twice. From a starving boy to global destroyer, Buakaw's path was paved in blood and broken dreams, but his first real test came early when Thailand fed him to a hardened veteran. Would the kid survive, or would he become just another broken dream? Anasorn, 1999, the Foundation Destroyer. His opponent was Anasorn, a hardened veteran forged by countless ring wars. He carried the chin of iron, the engine of machine, and a reputation for breaking young fighters before they could rise. But on this night, he was facing a boy. He was facing Buakaw. From the opening bell, 17-year-old Buakaw turned into a hunting machine. His signature left kicks thundered into Anasorm's ribs like sledgehammers, each impact echoing through the small arena like gunshots. When they clinched, Buakaw's devastating knee strikes drove the air from the veteran's lungs as crushing elbow strikes opened cuts that painted Anasorm's face crimson while the crowd roared for more blood and violence. Round after round, the teenage destroyer systematically dismantled the veteran with surgical precision. Anasorn's experience meant nothing against pure violence incarnate. The decision was never in doubt. Another veteran had been fed to the monster. The boy had survived the veteran's fire, but survival wasn't enough. 2 years later, Buakaw returned sharper, stronger, and colder. Sinchianoi. He wouldn't just fight, he would assassinate. But could wild aggression transform into deadly precision? Sinchianoi 2001, the technical assassin. On June 29, 2001, Sinchianoi Sor Kidiche entered as a bigger, older, and very tricky opponent. This crafty veteran was famous for his stonewall defense and lightning-sharp counterattacks. Many young fighters had crashed against his patience and experience. But Buakaw was no longer just a wild teenager. He had transformed into a cold, technical assassin who studied his prey before delivering the killing blow. From the opening bell, he went to work like a surgeon with a scalpel, left kick smashing into Sinchianoi's leg, each one sounding like a hammer crushing wood. Then came the right crosses, straight punches that whipped the veteran's head back like a rag doll.
In Muay Thai history, if these two guys got together.
Every time Sinchianoi tried to fire back, Buakaw slipped away like smoke and exploded with lightning-fast combinations. In the clinch, his razor-sharp elbows sliced Sinchianoi's face open, blood spilling as the crowd roared. Round 4 brought the ending no one expected. Buakaw launched a thunderous left high kick that crashed into Sinchinoy's head like a wrecking ball. The bigger man dropped to the canvas like a chopped tree. Knockout victory on that night. Buakaw not only destroyed another veteran, he claimed the Thailand featherweight title and showed the world that pure technique could break anyone. The White Lotus had bloomed into global fame and ruled as the undisputed face of Muay Thai. But in 2008, Buakaw was about to face the nightmare that would haunt him for 14 long years. What could possibly break the unbreakable? Yoshihiro Sato, 2008. Nightmare that haunted a legend. Yoshihiro Sato marched into the arena carrying serious credentials. This two-time K1 Max Japanese tournament winner possessed a lanky, awkward style that confused opponents and broke their rhythm. The Japanese technician resembled Thai fighters, but his height made him dangerous and unpredictable. July 7, 2008, the night that changed everything forever. Buakaw had never been knocked unconscious. The first 2 rounds played out like a chess match between masters. Buakaw's thunderous left kicks crashed into
согласно которому он сможет победить. Хороший перевод на удержание.
Sato's body like artillery shells, while the Japanese warrior fired back with crisp jabs and crushing body shots. Both fighters were landing clean shots. Both were hurting each other. Then round 3 arrived.
Ритм, который таец предложил своему оппоненту, его надо ломать как раз.
Sato faded low and exploded upward with a perfect uppercut that caught Buakaw stepping forward. The Thai legend's head snapped back violently as the crowd gasped in shock. Immediately, Sato followed with a crushing right cross that sent shockwaves through the entire arena, the punch that shocked the world. Buakaw crushed to the canvas like a falling god while 10,000 fans sat in stun. Complete silence. The only knockout in his legendary career was complete. Most fighters would never recover from a knockout like that, but Buakaw isn't like most fighters. Could a broken legend rebuild himself into something even more terrifying? 4 years later, the world would get its answer. Abdul Toure, 2012, the comeback destruction. Buakaw returned with vengeance burning in his heart. Across from him, Abdul Toure strutted in from France. Armed with European boxing credentials and unshakable confidence, he believed his polished boxing would outclass the Thai brutality. Round 1 brought the shock. Toure actually muscled Buakaw to the floor. The crowd gasped as the legend hit the canvas. Not a knockdown, just gasoline on the fire. Buakaw adjusted instantly. A thunderous left kick cracked against Toure's head, nearly tearing it off, followed by a crushing right hook that shook the Frenchman like dice rattling in a cup. At 5:15, Buakaw's sledgehammer right hand detonated on Toure's jaw. First knockdown. The Frenchman staggered up on jelly legs, already knowing he was trapped in hell. At 6:15, boom! A devastating left hook folded Toure to the canvas like a sack of cement. 2 knockdowns, 1 broken warrior staring at the lights. Round 3 delivered the final judgment. At 9:27, Buakaw's nuclear left hook switched Toure off completely. The Frenchman lay motionless, unconscious. 3 knockdowns, 1 demolished opponent. European boxing had no answer for Muay Thai destruction. The White Lotus was no longer just a Thai monster. He was now an executioner on the world stage, and his next hunt would take him straight into China against a rising star carrying the weight of a nation. But would home crowd advantage save this Chinese hero from the Thai fury? Wei Hao Wong, 2016, the Chinese nightmare. Wei Hao Wong entered as Chinese great hope, a rising destroyer with thunder in his fist and a nation at his back. The chants of Wong shook the arena. Tonight, he wasn't just fighting for himself, he was carrying China's pride against Thailand's living legend. From the opening bell, Buakaw targeted the body like a surgeon. Thud! Thud! His sledgehammer kicks and rib-cracking punches echoed through the stadium. Wong's face twisted in pain as his knees buckled with every blow. The referee countered again and again, the crowd gasping as their hero crumbled under the pressure. Wong's strength drained, his breath stolen by merciless body shots. Finally, mercy arrived. Wong's corner hurled the towel. TKO by retirement. The Chinese dream was shattered in its own backyard. The crowd silenced by Thai destruction. Who would dare step up next? Aziz Halali, 2017, the left hook of death. From France came Aziz Halali, slick, sharp, confident. A master of technical boxing, he strutted in believing he could frustrate the aging Thai icon. From most of the round, Halali looked good. His jab snapped Buakaw's head back. His footwork sharp, the crowd sensed a real fight, but Buakaw was studying, waiting, calculating every mistake. Halali stepped in thinking he saw an opening. Instead, he stepped into execution. Boom! Buakaw's legendary left hook detonates on Halali's jaw. The Frenchman collapsed like a felled truck, unconscious before he hit the mat. A left hook of death had claimed another victim. France had fallen, and Buakaw's hunger for revenge was only getting stronger. But was the legend slowing down with age, or was he about to prove doubters wrong in the most spectacular way? 2022, the Resurrection Massacre, August 19th. 2022. After 18 long years away, the king was returning home to Thailand's most sacred fighting ground. Kota Miura entered as Japan's social media sensation, the son of legendary footballer Kazuyoshi Miura and model Risako Miura. This bleach blonde heartthrob had massive female followings, but only a 1-0 MMA experience. The crowd was absolutely electric as their destroyer stepped back into his kingdom for the first time in nearly 2 decades. This was more than a fight. This was a homecoming massacre. Round 1 started easily with Miura actually getting crowd reaction after landing a flashy turning back kick. The young Japanese fighter looked confident, but Buakaw was just warming up his engines of total destruction.
Now he's on a fighting tour. Oh my, he fell by himself.
Soon, Buakaw caught one of Miura's kicks and answered with a thunderous right head kick that staggered the young fighter like a drunk on unsteady legs.
It's called RW, the king of fighters, brought it to the fans. Oh my, you have to watch it.
The crowd erupted as their hero unleashed another level of violence. Round 3 became pure execution and systematic dismantlement. Buakaw marched forward like a Terminator, first dumping Miura to the canvas before unleashing a barrage of bone-crushing right kicks to his ribs. Round 3 became pure execution. When Miura tried desperately to counter with a kick, Buakaw caught it and exploded upward with a devastating flying knee to the body. First knockdown, the heartthrob crashed as the female fans gasped in horror. Seconds later, another flying knee, then another, more knees, crushing hook combinations, and a final storm of violence trapped the young fighter in the corner with nowhere to escape. The 40-year-old destroyer had systematically demolished a fighter half his age, but one ghost remained. After 14 years of waiting, would Buakaw finally get his revenge against the only man to ever knock him out? Destiny finally brought Yoshihiro Sato back face to face with the White Lotus. Yoshihiro Sato, 2022. The revenge, 14 years in the making. The same Yoshihiro Sato who had given Buakaw's only knockout loss 14 years earlier was back, but this time Buakaw isn't going to make the same mistake again. October 28, 2022. The fight the entire world had waited 5,144 days to see. When both fighters entered the arena, you could feel electricity crackling through the air like lightning before a storm. Just when the bell rang, both warriors started cautiously.
ที่แล้วบัวขาวโดนน็อกที่ญี่ปุ่นครับวันนี้บนแผ่นดินไทยที่บ้านของมวยไทยบัวขาวจะน็อกคืนได้ไหม
Feeling each other out after so many years apart, Sato used his height advantage to fire off long body kicks, showing absolutely no ring rust. But Buakaw was downloading every single movement like a computer, learning his target's fatal weaknesses. He caught Sato's attacks and threw him to the ground repeatedly while easily evading kicks and countering with devastating combinations. With exactly 1 minute left in round 1, Sato slipped to the canvas. Buakaw sensed blood in the water like a great white shark.
หมัดโอ้โหต่อท้องบัวขาวครับเตะซ้ายครับซ้ายคืนมาครับซาโตะแล้วล็อกโอ้โห
And his predator instincts exploded into complete overdrive. 14 years of pure rage erupted like a volcano. Buakaw unleashed a perfect 1-2 combination, a left hook setting up the devastating overhand right that connected flush on Sato's jaw with the force of a sledgehammer. The crushing overhand right sent Sato crashing to the canvas like a demolished building. The man who had given Buakaw's only knockout was now lying motionless on the ground, unable to answer destiny's final call. 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 14 years of revenge were complete. Justice had been served in blood and thunder, but the White Lotus had one final execution to perform. Could Buakaw prove he was still the most feared striker alive? Minoru Kimura, 2024, the final judgment. The most dangerous test yet arrived from Japan. Minoru Philip Kimura, the K1 World Grand Prix champion who had demolished 3 opponents in one single night with first-round knockouts. This Brazilian-Japanese destroyer carried 29 knockouts and 35 wins with an over 80% finishing rate. From the opening bell, Kimura came out like a man possessed by demons. His explosive combinations thundered into Buakaw's granite chin, sledgehammer shots that would have demolished ordinary fighters instantly. The power was absolutely frightening and unprecedented. Crushing left hooks crashed into Buakaw's ribs, while devastating overhand rights snapped his head back violently. Legends adapt and evolve under pressure. Round 2 became a master class in ring warfare and tactical adjustments. Buakaw's surgical low kicks repeatedly chopped down Kimura's stance, stopping his explosive offense completely cold. Each low kick slowed Kimura's movement and mobility. Each body shot sapped his explosive power and conditioning. Buakaw closed the distance methodically, backing the dangerous striker against the fence with crushing knees that echoed like thunder. Just past the 1 minute mark of round 2, everything came together perfectly. With Kimura pressed against the fence with nowhere to escape, Buakaw stepped forward and unleashed a perfectly timed straight right that split Kimura's guard and rendered him completely unconscious instantly. A punch that ended everything. Kimura crashed to the canvas, completely unconscious before hitting the ground. The referee immediately waved off the destruction. Buakaw's 243rd career victory and 74th knockout. At 41 years old, the White Lotus was still the most dangerous striker breathing on planet Earth. From a poverty-stricken village boy fighting for rice money to the most feared striker in combat sports history, Buakaw Banchamek has conquered every single mountain placed before him through pure heart and unstoppable determination. The White Lotus has not lost a single fight since March 2018. He proved that true legends don't stay broken. They come back stronger, more dangerous, and absolutely ruthless in their pursuit of total vengeance. Every opponent learned the same brutal lesson. You can hurt Buakaw, but you cannot break him. And if you're foolish enough to knock him down, he will rise up like a demon from hell and hunt you until the very end. The White Lotus bloomed from the mud of crushing poverty and became the most beautiful destruction the martial arts world has ever witnessed. Pure, deadly, and absolutely eternal. Who do you think has the power to step into the ring with this living legend and walk out conscious? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. This is Punch Club, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.